Well, good morning, everyone, and I am so excited to be here as your principal, and you have all welcomed me with a gracious heart. Coming in, just getting to meet each one of you has been a joy, and how exciting is our profession where we get to join minds and meet together just for the betterment of children. When I was named your principal, I really wanted to introduce myself to the staff in a way that was meaningful, but yet valuable for your time. I can sit here and say things and paint a pretty picture, but I think this year you will really get to see who I am and how I value you, how I trust you, and how I know that we all have a legacy that we leave behind. And so when I thought about how am I going to introduce myself, I thought about, what is my legacy going to be? And when I thought about that, it really more painted a picture of what is your legacy going to be? What legacy are you going to leave behind with our students? And as a campus, what legacy are we going to leave behind? So in this quick PowerPoint, that's my main focus, is us discussing our legacy. My name is Candice Cook. For those of you that have not met me, I will meet every one of you today. And I did want to give you a little bit of background of me. I have attended several different colleges in my journey to reach all of my certifications. It all was really in movement as a family in different cities, and I actually received my bachelor's degree in science from Texas Wesleyan, and I recently earned my master's degree in principal leadership from Stephen F. Austin. And all of these other colleges have just been part of my journey. And as I used to tell my students, it doesn't really matter where you attend college. It's just that wherever your life takes you, you find the time to continue to educate yourself. And by finding local colleges and embarking on that, that's really what we're wanting to leave behind as an additional legacy with our students. My family is my rock. I have a blended family. My husband has 3 children from a previous marriage, which is a stepson and 2 daughters, and we have 3 children together. We have our 2 daughters and our baby boy. We have been married for over 11 years, almost 12, and I have to say that I have learned so much from being a mom and a wife that goes into our job with little ones, and to have a compassionate heart. And so I hope that you know that my family comes first for me, and I respect and encourage your family to come first for you. This job can be very time consuming, but I want you to always know that I respect you and your family, and that I value my time with my family, so I assume that you value your time with your family as well. Now, my priorities for this year, and I wanted you to know exactly where I stood, my priorities for this year and for our continuous years, is our students, first and foremost. They are the reason why we are here. They are our legacy. What we impact on them is vital because they are our future. The next priority for me is you as a staff member. I need you to know that you are my job as well, and that I love you, I care for you, and I want the best for you. Parents are so important to us because we have to build relationships. Trusting, caring, sincere relationships with our parents. And some of us, it's very difficult because we have an easy time with the students, but we have a little bit of a harder time with the adults. And so I want you to know that that's a priority for me, and that if you need help in that area, I will be happy to help you in that building of a relationship. The next priority for me is our community. Our community is where our children are coming from. And I want to respect our local businesses and get them involved in the classroom. We can have mentors from our community, but also let's be appreciative of those ways that they are sponsoring us and really listening to them. What are their needs, and how are we building our students to have successful citizens in our community? Growth and goals. I have a mind that some of us, and all of us, we have a tendency to where, we can be negative, but you have to always think in your mind, okay, yes, this is a concern, but how are we going to grow? How are we going to set goals to grow? Because to me, if it's not on paper, most likely you won't do it. So we're going to set a lot of goals this year. Growth mindset. Data is extremely important as a priority, because we need to measure ourselves as teachers and making sure that our students are hitting those goals that they should have, that they're learning their TEKS, and that they are successful in the classroom before we continue to promote them on to the next grade level. And last but not least, are you having fun? Are we having fun as a campus? Because education is a business, but it's an education that needs to have a foundation of fun. If we're not having fun at our job, then the kids are not having fun. And if kids are not having fun, they're most likely not learning, and we're not doing our jobs. Now, I wanted you to know that, yes, I have expectations and I have priorities, but you can have expectations of me, and I will work 150% every day to make sure that I hit every single one of your expectations of me as your principal. I want you to know that you can always count on me to lead this campus. At any point where we have struggles or challenges, they all fall back on me. So if you're having issues or you need help, please always feel comfortable to come and speak to me, because I am here for you as we are for the students. For discipline, I know that some of us have worked under principals that maybe didn't completely respect your decisions in the classroom. I can promise you that I will work with you, and that I will first listen to understand what is the issues and what's going on. And I have no problem disciplining students. I have no problem disciplining staff, but at the same time, it has to be in an understanding that it's all about growth. And yes, we make mistakes, but how are we going to fix it for the next time? I want you to feel empowered. In this profession, you are creating the future. And you need to feel empowered as a teacher. You need to know that your job is important, and you need to come in here every day knowing that you are changing the world. And I will help you with that. I will help encourage you. And how I can empower you is by developing our ways of teaching, that be through training, Google classes, mentoring, observations, mentoring with fellow class teachers, or even fellow schools, and allowing you all to take time to see one another and really learn from one another, because we need to develop as a campus. And there's things that special teachers do in their rooms that nobody gets to see, and what a waste. So I want to develop every one of you. Communication. I can guarantee that I will communicate with you every meeting, every deadline in a timely manner. And the way I plan on doing that is by sending out a newsletter to staff every Monday so that you are aware of what's going on behind the scenes and what's up to come. I also will be sending out a monthly calendar that will go out to not just staff, but the students and parents, so that way everybody feels on board as to what's going on. Any faculty meeting that you attend, you will receive an agenda days in advance so that you know what we will be covering and what you can possibly bring to the table to help foster and continue to adapt our ways of teaching. Mutual respect. You can always expect from me that you will be respected, your students will be respected, your parents will be respected. Even in criticism, I will always know that that's a conversation between you and that I value you, and I will treat you the way that I would want to be treated as a staff member as well. And last but not least, I care for you. I care for every single person here on staff. If you have difficulties going on at home, you have struggles in the classroom, you have disabilities or illnesses that you are facing right now, please know that I care for you and I love you and I want to help you as much as I possibly can. Make me know what's going on, because if I'm out of the loop, it's really hard for me to do all of the things that I can do for you and help resolve any kind of difficulties that you're going under right now. And your expectations for me and my priorities for this year, we all need to have the same type of mindset. We can either have a negative mindset or we can have a growth mindset. And negative mindset is where we're basically, we can be blaming others. We can be saying, oh, I can't do this. I don't have time for this. They won't listen. I don't know where to start. But all of us have times where we say these statements. But in a growth mindset, you can say those statements, but at the very end, making sure that you say the key word of yet. I can't yet. I don't have time yet. They won't listen yet. I don't know where to start yet. So when your processes in everyday motions with your students and with your parents and your staff members, I always want you to think of this quote in your head. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. So you're in the line of the position that you were meant to be in. This is where you were meant to be. We were all meant to be here together. But if you are not moving forward, you are sitting still. And last but not least, we need to continue to think about this as a staff. And we're going to have a group time where you brainstorm with your team as to how you are going to successfully help us in building our legacy as a school with our students. And when we build a legacy as a school, you're basically building your legacy for yourself, for your students, and for myself. How are we going to inspire our children? Do they know that really if they want it, they can have it? If they work hard, not that necessarily if they're smart, but if they have a work ethic, they can do anything that they want to. Are we having fun every day? Are our children success built on fun? And are we having joyful time in the success? Are we making sure to celebrate those huge progressions that these children are making? Because every day they are, and some days it's hard to find the progression that they're making, but they're making it somewhere. And last, have we showed that we care for them? There's a quote that it doesn't matter what you say to me. It doesn't matter the actions that you do. It's more of, I'll always remember, how did you make me feel? And how am I going to make you feel as your leader is very important to me, because I love you, I care for you, and when we continue this journey as a staff, we are going to do great things. What's our legacy?